Hey everybody, welcome back to ScoreCentre, the weekly show where I go through my AFL tips. We see how the Pack Smashers navigated the second bye round in SuperCoach. We open up the latest select highlights, we open up some packs, and there's more, so let's just jump into my AFL tips. Before we get to round 14, let's take a look back at last round, and it was a bit of a massacre. Out of 7 games I only got, well technically I really only got 1 game correct, but you do get a point for the draw games, so officially 2 tips correct, but really only 1. I started off the round feeling really excited because I'm really happy with my tip for Geelong to beat Port Adelaide, and very, very close with the scoreline. Just after that, it just went all downhill. Hawthorn, Clarkson really rallied his troops, and they ended up knocking off the Swans. We had Rio over the Suns, Adelaide snaring the win from Kilda. North Melbourne was so close to their second win of year, but it wasn't to be, and it was a draw, and the Tigers falling just short by 4 points, with Kennedy kicking the match-winning goal in the dying stages in that thriller. And then the best tip to get wrong. Absolutely delighted with that result. The Pies triumphing over one of the best teams, one of the most consistent teams in the competition this year. Melbourne didn't look themselves, but no doubt Collingwood were playing with a lot more passion and a lot more emotion, definitely wanting to send Bucks out on a high note. As Swanee tweeted, if only they could sack Buckley every week, that would be we would probably be higher up the ladder if we were doing that. But that was that was a very emotional, very exciting game. My eyes were not dry at the end of that. That was really beautiful scenes, especially seeing Bucks with his 2 boys. In a moment they will remember for the rest of their lives. So, round 14. We start off with what should prove to be a very exciting game. It is the age-old fight between the Cats and the Dogs. Played at Cardinia. Look, I am going to go for the Cats. The Cats have been looking better and better. They are looking fantastic. And let's... 13... Well, they're not black cats. They are blue and white, but I'm going with Cats. 13, unlucky for the Dogs. I don't know where I'm going with that, but let's say, look, Port Adelaide, they are a very strong team. And I think I actually read that I think the Gold Coast have only ever beaten Port once. I think that was a stat. Of course, look, it'll be interesting to see how Brisbane go in cold Tasmania. And North, they've got their only win so far when they beat Hawthorn down in Tasmania. But, very hard to see Brisbane going down. Harry Mackay is back. He has re-signed. So Carlton will be really buoyed by that. But the Giants have been looking... they've been looking pretty good. Pretty good? Yeah. I mean, look, if you draw with North Melbourne, that's not the greatest. But, look, I think they will be close, but I think GWS will be able to pull it together a bit more than the Blues. And then Hawks Essendon. Essendon looking to get revenge for that loss near the start of the year, where they were like up by 40 points at half time and then ended up losing. Look, it's 2021. We've had some crazy results, but yeah, look, you would have to back Essendon to do that. These are all pretty safe tips, but who knows what's going to happen. So in round 13, the Pack Smashers scored 1,721 points, putting us in the top 35%, which is better than what we have managed. So look, I'll take that. We did get 2 league wins as well. So Rory Laird was our best player with 132 points, closely followed by Tom Stewart with 130, and Highmore had a fantastic game, scoring 111. I don't expect him to score that every week. If he did, that would be fantastic. But if he can continue to improve his game, that would be awesome. So very happy to see that. Bianco only scored 23, so that would be very disappointing for a lot of people that brought him in, and Isaac Heaney scored only 42. That was his lowest score of the year, other than the game where he got injured. I'm keeping Grundy for now. I really don't want to have to get rid of him. And of course, the Pies have a bye this week, so that's another week for him to recover from his pinched nerve in his neck. So hopefully he will not be out for much longer. I'm also keeping Zorko. He has one more week of his suspension to ride out. Hopefully in his time off he's taken some yoga classes or meditation just to calm things down a little bit, and hope that he doesn't get suspended again, because outside of my rucks he is the most expensive player I have. So I really let's hope he can just count to 10 and keep playing every game. I'm going to have to, unfortunately, pull the trigger on Will Snelling. I was really happy. He was playing really great footy, especially for that price, and not many people had him, so he was a really good point of difference. But his injury is still quite indeterminate for how long he will be out for. So for 385k, just sitting on the bench, I really need to utilize that money more effectively. So unfortunately, we'll be saying goodbye to Will Snelling, and I will definitely be getting rid of Warner as well. So that's almost 700k that we can spend elsewhere. And then I need to work out who else I will be getting rid of. There are a few players on the chopping block. Just need to work out how I can best utilize their money, and also work out who I can afford to get. Newcomb is a player that a lot of people are rallying around getting this week. Of course, I need to take into account the bye round as well. We will have several players from our bench returning from their byes last round. So yeah, I will use all of my 4 trades this week, and next week we'll find out who I picked. So now it's time to check out the highest selling Aussie Sports Cards on eBay this week, and we kick things off with the front runner for this year's Brownlow medal. Of course, that's Marcus Bontempelli. This is his Brownlow Platinum Predictor from this year's Prestige. That's numbered 6 of 60, and that sold for $670. That's a beautiful, beautiful card. Then, speaking of beautiful cards, we have this Brodie Grundy Marquee, which sold for $705. It was number 11 for the Grundy Marquee, and we might see another Grundy Marquee on the list. But sticking with Collingwood, we do have this gold card craft from, of course, TeamCoach. Absolutely stunning, stunning cards. That sold for $750. Then we have what you get when you redeem that gold card craft. Of course, it is the special 24 karat gold plated card. Just absolutely stunning. A legend of the game. That sold for something under 800. And then we have, to finish off our trio of Pendles, we have another gold card craft that sold for $825. Then, so we've now had 4 pies in a row. This is the number 15 of 40 Grundy Marquee. That sold for $950, and that just looks absolutely stunning. Then we have the Rory Sloane gold card craft. That sold for $1,025. For that. These just are absolutely awesome, awesome cards. And then So we've had a lot of TeamCoach. Now we have from last year, the 2020 Brilliance release. We have the Justin and Simon Madden Brilliance signatures. I was talking last week. We did have the Burgoyne brothers last week. Now I've got the Madden brothers. That's number 32 of 50. I just love the idea of these cards. They look awesome. And that sold for $1,405. A beautiful piece of AFL history there. And then keeping with the theme of Essendon, we do have this. This was released in the year 2000. Of course, they won the premiership against Melbourne. And this is so this sold for $1,499.99. This was for 8 cards, and we've got here captain of Essendon, James Hird, and the Norm Smith medalist in the grand final. We've got Kevin Sheedy, the premiership coach, of course, of the Bombers, with a cute, very adorable little smiley in his signature. And, of course, the Coleman medal winner that year, Matty Lloyd. It's a bit hard to see because the stickers are covering most of their faces. We have Scott Lucas. I can tell that's Scott Lucas. Those legs couldn't really belong to anybody else. He was very lanky. And John Barnes. We've got Blake Caracella, Adam Romanauskas, and to finish things off, Justin Blumfield. But yeah, that's a really, really awesome set that sold for pretty much $1,500. For 1 cent more, we have this Chris Judd auto that's from the Pinnacle release of 2009. What can you say? He was an absolute legend for the Eagles as well as the Blues. And that sold for $1,500. That was number 51 of 60. Again, we don't actually have the back of the card, but 51 of 60 for that awesome Chris Judd signature. And then an equal first place. We wondered if we would have another Dusty Marquee. We don't have a Dusty Marquee in number 1, but we do have a Dusty in joint first place. Again, it is, of course, the Dusty Cardcraft. So there's been a lot more TeamCoach on this list this week. Typically, there's been, in the last few weeks, of course, a lot more Prestige because that had come out. But now I'm finding that there is the tide is sort of shifting more to TeamCoach returning to filling up a lot of the spaces, which, last year you would not have imagined that TeamCoach cards will be selling for literally thousands and thousands. But here we are. This is 2021.
So it's that time of the week where we open up the select highlights, the select AFL highlights, and the NAB Rising Star. We've got our purple pouch, as always, the patented purple pouch from Select. It was green last year. It does change colours. That tape, which you could seal an aircraft with. Now let's pop this open and see what we've got. Now this week, so this is for round 11. Let's pop Jake out of his top loader. So we do have from the Essendon Bombers, Jake Stringer, who kicked 3 goals, had 12 disposals in the Eagles' victory over, not the Eagles, of course the Bombers over the Eagles, which was a big win for them. And then our NAB Rising Star is Trent Rivers from the Demons. The Demons have got quite a few plucky rookies playing for them this year. Let's now check out what number we have got for the Jake Stringer card. Let's pop it around. And it's 183 of 248. So there you go. That is That is clearly not a jumper number, but let's check out Trent Rivers. What number is he provided? 127. So yeah, definitely quite high numbers this week. There was 186 cards of Trent, and we got 127. So often we do get quite low numbers, but this week quite high numbers.
Let's turn our attentions to the Coleman medal tally now, and Harry Mackay is still on top with his 38 goals, despite not adding any to his tally in the last 2 weeks, with that being subbed out with concussion in round 12, and of course the Blues had a bye in round 13. But he has been cleared to play, and he will return against the Giants this week, so I'm sure he's very eager to add more goals to his tally. Tex Walker is just behind him on 37, adding 1 against St Kilda. Then there's a bit of a gap between those two guys and the rest. We have Josh Bruce and Jack Rewalt both on 34, with Jack kicking 2 in that very close loss to West Coast. Josh Bruce had a bye last round, so I'm sure he'll be eager to add more to his 34 goals. Then we had Ben King still on 32 goals. He only managed 2 behinds against Fremantle. We have 4 players on equal 29 goals, with Cale Hooker, Jack Darling, Aaron Norton and Tom Hawkins, who booted 4 against Port in that big win for the Cats, which is incredibly exciting for us, having the number 1 Geelong Coleman predictor, and Jeremy Cameron managed 5 in that same game. That was the equal best, along with Connor Rozee kicking 5 as well. Jeremy Cameron has made up for lost time. Of course, he was injured for many rounds at the start of the year. He's played in 7 games and managed 23 goals from them. If you take Harry Mackay's 38 goals from 12 games, that's an average of approximately 3.1 a game. Jeremy Cameron's 23 goals from 7 games is an average of 3.2 a game. So they're neck and neck. It's going to be an absolutely incredibly exciting run home for the Coleman. Anybody could really win it. It is incredibly tight, and they are all very talented footballers. So of course it's going to be incredibly exciting watching it play out. But of course I am very invested in Geelong doing really well, and they are really coming into their stride. They're playing really, really awesome footy. But it's going to be fascinating and exciting to see who kicks bags on the weekend and all the way up to the end of the footy season.
So our hit of the week came on Saturday morning when we opened up 10 packets of TeamCoach, 5 from Coles, 5 from my local newsagent, and this actually did come from, if I remember correctly, the very first Coles pack. So Coles pretty much getting the victory right off the bat. But we did get this awesome James Worpel Green Future Star Powers. Very, very exciting. And let's do a little bit more pack opening, because that's what we love on this channel. We love opening up packs. And on the weekend, we will be doing another TeamCoach versus Footy Stars battle. To get excited for that, we'll open up a couple of packs of TeamCoach, a couple of packs of Footy Stars, and see what we can pull. This is our first pack of TeamCoach. Matty Rao, he was back on the weekend, and he had quite a quiet game, but he has been out for quite a while. We do kick things off with a GWS 3D icon and an Adam Chera Future Star Powers. You can barely see it because the writing is in purple and his Guernsey and shorts are in purple, but there you go, that is his Future Star Power. And what do we want to do? Let's just open up. We'll open up the TeamCoach. We'll open up the TeamCoach in one go. I've got Harry Mackay. He did re-sign with Carlton, so I'm sure all of the Blues out there are very relieved about that. Then we've got a Blitzing Blitzarves, Mike Blitzarves glow icon. I do really like that. I do like the cats. Oh, that doesn't have the cat on it. I'm sure I've seen the cats. Maybe it's the other one. There you go. Maybe it was a different Geelong that had the cats. Anyway, Kane Lambert is the gold card for Richmond. Oh, and we've got another gold. That's very cool. I do like getting bonus gold. We do have Tim Kelly from the Eagles. He did used to be with the Cats, but not anymore. Now, this is our final TeamCoach pack for today's little opening. Of course, look out on the channel for more openings over the weekend. And, ooh, I did get a little bit, the heart skips a beat a little bit when you see that it's a Carcraft coming up. But we do have the portrait of David Swallow and Michael Walters from Freo, ending things off with two non-Victorian teams. Now, we've got 3 packets of Footy Stars to quickly open up. Wish us luck. These packets don't open as cleanly as I think the TeamCoach do. And they have a different feel. I do notice that a lot more when we open them up back to back. But we kick things off with a Ben McAvoy holo foil. And, it's a milestone. It is a Liam Duggan. Let's just say Duggan. It's Duggan. Duggan. I was having trouble last week, and I didn't look it up, and I didn't watch the Eagles game. But Duggan, 100 games. I love those milestones. Love. Oh, there you go. There was Torpedo again. Love the milestones. Now, let's pop those out of there because they're going to just go crazy. Oh, that pack opens a lot better. It must have heard me. Decided to make itself easier to open. Our holo foil is Jaron Geary from the St Kilda Saints, and it's another milestone. That's very cool. It is. There you go. We've got Josh Kennedy from the Swans. That is his 250 game milestone, which he achieved in round 4 last year. That is a sick looking card. Awesome. Okie dokie. Well, we've got our last pack of cards to open for today. And that was a beautiful pack to open. Let's hope it's got something super awesome in it. What have we got? We've got an Eagles holo foil. We've got Jack Redden. I think we've got about 3 or 4 of those already. So can it be? I think it might be an acetate because I can see the base card through there. Either we've been jibbed or we do have an acetate. It is. We've got a Dan Houston acetate for Port Adelaide. These are beautiful looking cards. That's what it looks like on the back. But yeah, I really like see-through cards. And yeah, so again, we end with all non-Victorian teams for our specials. Well, thank you so much for joining me for another ScoreCentre. I will be back next Thursday with more tips, more SuperCoach, more pack openings, of course, and highlights and all of that good stuff. But I will be back, of course, Saturday and Sunday morning with more awesome videos of lots and lots of card openings. So until next time, stay cool, stay awesome. My name is Dave. This is Scorecard Collectibles. Enjoy the footy this week, and I can't wait for you to join me next time.